is part 2 of a 4-part series. It'll be in Rebellia magazine. It goes as said. President Calderon's battle and organized crime was doomed from the start because it was conceived not as a solution to a problem but of security, but to a problem of legitimacy. The specifics of Marcus's language in the fragment of the letter to Bejiran defy easy summarization. Sorry. Let's see. The war's interruption of daily life in current-day Mexico doesn't stem from an insurrection, nor from independent or revolutionary movements that compete for their reprint in the calendar 100 or 200 years later. It comes as all wars of conquest come from above, from the power. What exists is an imposition by the force of weapons, of fear as collective image, of uncertainty and vulnerability as mirrors in which those collectives are reflected. What social relationships can be maintained or woven if fear is in the dominant image with which a social group can identify itself, if the sense of community is broken by the cry, save yourself if you can. The reason why I read this to you guys is because since I was 13 years old, I have witnessed children and adults be deported. I went to school in Houston, and I knew a lot of children that were misplaced with other families, or they were flat out deported with their parents. It has to stop. The problems in Mexico are reflecting on what goes on here. People are fleeing their country. They're leaving, they're scared. Between the cartel, the military, and the president, there are a lot of issues in Mexico needs help. And until those issues are addressed, we are going to have the same immigration issues here. Everybody has the right to freedom, to live where they want to live. Man doesn't have the right to tell another man where you can and cannot live. Woo! Yeah, basta.
County, and I do plan on mounting a campaign again for the 2012 election as well. I want to tell you a little story. The story is when I was a youngster, our family would go to Houston, Texas, and it would take us, 4 or 5 hours, maybe longer. Today, that little journey takes only 3 hours. And why is this? Because our federal government, people in the government, they had a vision. They had a vision of what our country could be. Despite the fact that we had a massive debt that was as great a part of a GDP as it is today, despite the fact that the marginal tax rate was 90%, these people had courage. They were patriots and they had a vision. And today, because of their wisdom and their farsightedness, we have the interstate highway system today. 40,000 miles of interstate highway because brave patriots in our federal government had vision. Today, do we have vision in this country? No. We do not. All we can think about is money spent. Let's cut this. Let's not raise taxes. Well, I will tell you, we have to have vision again. Do we want our country years from now to have a continuing 10% unemployment rate? No. Do we want to have our country be in debt even worse than it is today? No. Our infrastructure, our bridges, our roads, our rail, our internet, it is in steep decline right now. And that we do not have the facility to rebuild it. We're going to have to do it. It is going to have to be done, and done by the federal government, putting people to work to make this repair so we can reestablish ourselves as the great and mighty country that we always have been. You are here. You are the people who are the vanguard of bringing this change about. make certain that you get to your friends, your neighbors, the people in church. Every time there is a rally such as this, bring them here. Bring them and let's make this movement start here and continue on and grow stronger. Thank you very much. Again, my name is John Lincoln-Felder, and I really appreciate the meeting.
We won the 8-hour work day. So, as capitalism has progressed, the restraints that have been placed on the workers has increased. That's why you have these corporations making billions and billions of dollars, and they're not paying any damn taxes for the most part. That's why, as the profit margins and the salaries for CEOs have increased over the last 20 or 30 years, the income, per capita income for middle-class Americans has decreased. The cost of living has increased, their salaries have increased, but for us, the dollar is worth less, and the things that we buy cost more. So what that shows me is that the system, as it's presented now and as we function under it, is incorrect, doesn't function properly, and in fact, it's a system of exploitation and oppression. And so today, we organized in behalf of the working class, because we wanted to show that the people in Dallas, Texas, the people in the United States actually do have some kind of awareness of the fact that we are the foundation of society. We are the workers, we are labor, we're the ones that, I hate the bad cliche, guard you while you sleep. We cook your food, we fix your cars, we run your schools, we build your streets, and we protect you, I guess, once again, while we sleep. I don't really sleep that much. Give me right, give those right applause, right? Yeah. Well, unfortunately, there are some individuals in this country that do not respect you or your life or your livelihood or any of your wishes as much as maybe you do yourselves. What we have seen is an attack on collective bargaining rights and unions. Initiated in Wisconsin, we stand in solidarity with the unions in Wisconsin. SCS is instrumental in organizing some of these events. We see attacks on immigrants' rights, where they try to say that some human is illegal because they're from another country. I'd like to remind Dallas, Texas, as you lay snuggled under your nice little comforter, that this is their country before we came and stole it from them. And through a natural progression, they are taking it back. No human is illegal. No human is illegal. At the same time, we see attacks on the LGBT community, restrictions on their access to different procedural aspects of the government. We stand in solidarity with that movement as well. And the effort today was to try to break down the walls between LGBT, between immigrant rights, between student rights, and between workers' rights. Everybody that's here today has taken one step forward in that effort.
I just got a lot of recording of you taking pictures of yourself.
Continue pushing, so you can break the hell up.